Katie.
Hey Sarah.
It's great to meet up with you again here on Mozart Snapshots.
Thanks, it's great to meet with you as always.
So what are we talking about today?
Well, today, would you believe it, we are talking about Mozart.
How interesting.
I know, isn't it though? However, we're not talking about him per se. We are actually going to talk about a chocolate that was inspired by him.
The Mozartkugel?
Exactly.
So, first of all, what is a Mozartkugel?
Well, Kugel is the German word for ball, so therefore they are literally Mozart balls.
That's funny, but what's inside of them?
They are a wonderful mixture of marzipan, pistachio, nougat, and dark chocolate.
That sounds delicious.
They are.
Who created them?
They were originally created by Paul Fürst. In 1884, he established the Café Konditorei Fürst on the Altermarkt here in Salzburg, where we are going today. And 6 years later, he created the recipe for the original Salzburger Mozartkugel.
I guess it was a success then.
It was a big success because in 1905, it actually won the gold medal at the World Exhibition in Paris.
Oh wow. And I think over there it is, right?
Well, this is not actually the original location because that's a little farther up and that's where we're going to, but this is one of their 4 locations here in Salzburg.
And how do they make the Mozartkugel?
Well, they actually make it by combining the almonds and the pistachios to make the marzipan and pistachio mixture. They then put a nougat on it, and then they stick these wooden sticks in it, and then they dip it in dark chocolate, and as soon as it has cooled, they take the stick out, cover the little hole with chocolate, and then they wrap it in their signature silver and blue paper that says Konditorei Fürst on it.
How interesting.
Uh-huh.
But Katie, there are so many other brands of Mozartkugel other than Fürst.
Well, the reason for that is because in spite of the big success of these Mozartkugel, he neglected to patent it, and so consequently the recipe was copied by a lot of other brands.
Why didn't he patent it?
According to Martin Fürst, who is now the chef of the Café Fürst and his great-great-grandson, he said it was simply because Paul forgot about it. And then also in those days, it wasn't so common to patent things as it is nowadays.
How do you know if you're eating an authentic and original one or not?
Well, because if it doesn't say Konditorei Fürst on it, then it isn't the original one.
And actually you see a lot of red and gold ones from other makers too.
Those are mass-produced in factories, mostly in Bavaria. So if you want one from Fürst, you can only buy it at one of their 4 locations here in Salzburg or online.
The Mozartkugel from Fürst also is much more expensive than the other ones.
That's right, because even from the beginning, they used only the very finest chocolate. And there's kind of a funny story about that because the chocolate was so wonderful, and Paul Fürst noticed that a lot of it was disappearing when they were being made. And so he came up with the idea of making his employees whistle while they worked, because obviously if you whistle, you can't eat at the same time.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
With while you work put into practice.
Exactly.
But so you said it was created in 1890. This is long after Mozart's death. Why was it named after Mozart? Was it some exclusive chocolate combination that Mozart himself loved, or?
No, actually, it has absolutely nothing to do with Mozart. They just became famous because they were that tasty, and by giving them the name Mozartkugel, it was a really, really smart marketing idea.
Well, Mozart would probably have loved it.
Maybe so, but at the same time, maybe not, because, you know, from everything we can read in his letters and things, he loved fine things, but he was not really a gourmet.
Why? What did he say about sweets and food?
Well, that's just it. He says basically nothing about it. And this is incredible because when you think about it, he spent his life, you know, being wined and dined by royalty. And when he went to all these wonderful dinners after his performances, he would talk about the guests and he would talk about their conversations and he would talk about the seating arrangements, but he didn't say anything at all about the food. And so you can imagine then that if he would have been a gourmet, he would have at least commented on it.
That's right. And it's really, really interesting. Well, Katie, first of all, I think we're now at Fürst's.
Yes, so this is the original Café Fürst from 1884.
How wonderful. It was fun as always, and I think I have to just eat one Mozartkugel now.
Well, this is your lucky day because this is for you.
Oh, thank you.
5 of the original Mozartkugel.
Oh, you can see them on a blue and silver foil.
Exactly.
Thank you so much, Katie.
You're very welcome.
Bis zum nächsten Mal.
Bis dann.
Danke.
Ciao.